Well, welcome to those who are new to Volunteer The Hague and new to our Mix and Match networking events, and welcome to those who have been with us for forever or relatively forever. So welcome, happy to have you all here in our so-called studio in our office, because now we are joining all of you not just from the leisure of our homes, but actually from our office at PEP Den Haag. So here is Vasa. Vasa is joining us straight from Anti-Loneliness, her own project that she founded here in the beautiful Netherlands, helping us expats here being less lonely and being more empowered. She's going to be talking about change. So that's a quite interesting topic for every one of us, because aren't we all going through a change? Any change in our lives. All right, and also we have a Volunteer The Hague team, the entire team of Volunteer The Hague, except for one more member who was not able to join us. So we have Gabriel, our communications person, and Komal right there, busy bees. They are admitting you all in, answering your questions. All right, so my name is Tatiana Benzeral. I'm the project manager of Volunteer The Hague team. I'm not the one who founded Volunteer The Hague, even though I'm so impassioned with this project together with the entire team, because otherwise it's not possible to have one person run the project. But what's possible is to have 5 people running the project. So what we do, we serve kind of as a bridge between the local Dutch non-profit organizations and internationals just like yourself. And we help you find volunteer positions within these non-profit organizations, and we help organizations to connect with you. So basically we serve two worlds, local Dutch non-profits and international community of The Hague. In addition to the website that you can find many different volunteer opportunities on Volunteer The Hague website, volunteerthehague.nl. You can also visit our special section for organizations, if you are an organization, and see what kind of resources we offer there, or a special section for volunteers where we list all the volunteer opportunities together with some events and activities for internationals. So check it out. The website is filled with information, so hope you get to enjoy it. And also, in addition to the website, of course, we run on a regular basis this Mix and Match networking events where you can meet different local nonprofit organizations, connect with them, and also numerous workshops, events, and activities. Just last year, Vasa Srentopoulos from Anti-Loneliness did her entire workshop for one entire year, one of the most successful workshops according to your feedback that we've had so far. All right, so please check the website for volunteer opportunities. Many organizations that you will meet today will have their volunteer opportunities available on the website as well, if they haven't placed them there yet. So please make sure that you place them so that volunteers can apply through them. So please welcome Vasa here from Anti-Loneliness. She'll be speaking about the change, personal change, different stages of change. I'm not going to jump in because I'm also curious to see what is that exactly she has to offer to us in her short presentation. But if you would like to know more about what she does and what is that she's offering, please make sure to visit her booth as well, and make sure to find out how volunteering can be of benefit to you and how that particular change that you will be going through while you volunteer can benefit your life and your career. All right, well, welcome, Vasa.
Hi, thank you for the invitation, and thank you for actually suggesting this amazing topic. I love that topic.
My pleasure.
Yes.
I think actually the partial kudos they go, or credit they go to Komal and Julia, who's not here with us today. So I didn't really come up with this myself, but the girls did, and I love the topic.
Okay, yes, we're ready. I love the topic as well, and it's something that we're not talking so often about change.
So true.
Even though it's so pervasive in our lives, there's no person that hasn't gone through change.
Right.
We are born, and until the moment that we leave this planet, we are in a constant change. So, we are going to discuss about what is change, what are the stages of change, and I'm going to share tips with you on how to best prepare for change. Because that's something, unfortunately, that we don't learn at school, what to do when change is coming. So what is change? Change is any transition in our life. Also, when we want to implement a new habit in our life, or when we are experiencing a kind of loss in our life, that's also change, because our life is not the same as it was before. So change can be a developmental stage, it can be transitional, it can be transformational. We're completely different than when we were before. It can be unpredictable because we didn't see it coming, or it's something that we have planned. So it can be different kinds of changes. However, the bad news is that, sorry, our brain doesn't like change. Our brain wants familiarity, stability, the same things over and over again, put things into boxes, having rituals, protocols. That's what our brain likes. But this is not the case. Unfortunately, things happen unexpectedly, or things change. Or at least our brain wants time until it says yes to the change and adjusts to that brain. So I'm going to give you some examples. For example, you want to start working out. That's a change, that's a new habit. But your brain, as we said before, is resisting. Well, it's a cold weather now, you're going to get sick, maybe you'd better not go out for, exercising. And you don't have the sports equipment, that's also important. And that's too tiring. And you're not meant for that. You're meant for, Netflix, pizza and popcorn.
So true.
So don't even try that, that's not for you. You move to a new country, change as well. But then your brain is like, yeah, I don't like the language. It's difficult to learn. And why do these people kiss 3 times? This is so weird. I don't like it. So that's the brain resisting to the change. Or you want to start therapy. Well, I'm fine. I don't need therapy. It's okay. Maybe sometimes I feel like my life is crushing, but it's okay. I'm going to be fine. You want to start a new relationship, or you want to end another one. That's also change. Still, your brain says, well, do you really want to start a new relationship? Do you want to go into this dating world? This is so exhausting. Or ending in your relationship. I'm afraid you're going to die alone if you end this relationship. No, you better not do it. See, the brain's still resisting. You want to start volunteering. Yes, your brain will be also there resisting, saying, well, are you going to work without getting paid? Is this really what you want to do? What's the pleasure in that? Still, the brain doing the same thing. You want to start your own business. This is too risky. You're going to go bankrupt. Who has time for administration? No. You better stay in your safety now, working for somebody else. So these are examples of us trying to try something new, but our brain resisting and bringing us back to old patterns. So resisting is normal. Let's keep that in mind. Or our brain is not ready to adjust immediately to change. That's normal. It's okay. Our brain likes to know what's happening, likes certainty, and likes habits, repetition, rituals. And when there's a situation that our brain doesn't know, it resists. Neuroscience teaches us that uncertainty is registered in our brain as an error. No, we need to do something. We cannot go in there. We have to fix it first before we try it. So it's perceived as danger. That's why it takes us time to change. Also, any change is a kind of loss. Who would like to voluntarily go into a situation of loss? Nobody. Until we feel that behind this loss is also some win. So sometimes resisting is normal, but the fact that makes change more easy, it's being prepared. So we need to have a proper preparation. How can we better prepare for change? That's a juicy part. So, the stages of change, we need to know what to expect. In the first stage, as we call it, it's according to a psychology theory, the first stage is called pre-contemplation. That's the stage when you haven't convinced yourself yet. So you want to start exercising, but then your brain believes that the advantages of not starting working out are more than the advantages of working out. Who needs that? We're better off without it. I'm fine. I don't need to wait to lose any weight. I'm fine. However, the second stage is when this situation is reversed. You feel that your life will be better if you do change. So now the advantages of change are more than the advantages of non-changing. And you're ready to start. However, the third stage, which is the most important, is the preparation. You are not going to go through with these change if you're not preparing yourself, if you don't have a plan about how to prepare best. So what do we mean with prepare? First of all, find your why. Let me give you an example. A couple of months ago, I wanted to start waking up at 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. And I said, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm telling you, it didn't work because I didn't know why I was doing it. I was just waking up at 6 a.m., but then I didn't have a strong motivation, a strong why I'm doing it, why this is going to make my life better. I didn't have that. I haven't thought that beforehand. So, as you can understand, that plan didn't work. So after a couple of days, I went back into my normal waking up hours. So we need to find our why. We need to find what motivates us. We also need to prepare our environment. I'm going to use again the example of waking up in the morning. Of starting working out. If you want to start working out and you're like, okay, I'm going to get up, get out of bed, and then I will go for a run. But then you figure out that your sports equipment, your sports clothes are in the laundry basket. Your sports shoes are somewhere in the house, but you cannot find them and they're very dirty. And you cannot find the case that you're holding your phone. Well, it's not going to happen. That's it. Our brain will immediately quit. So we need to prepare our environment. Everything next to your bed. The moment you open your eyes, you have everything to put it on so that our brain doesn't find the time to quit, doesn't find the time to convince us that we cannot do it. So prepare your environment. Whatever it is that you want to change, see how you can find motivation externally from the environment first. Prepare your people. Let them know what is the change that you want to implement. Why? Because you don't need these negative people trying to convince you that it was better before, as it was before. You want supporters, passionate supporters. You want people to understand why you're doing it, and that's why they're going to be also optimistic and supporting you. You also want to prepare your mindset, which means that you need to be, for sure, optimistic, but also realistic. It's going to be hard. I'm telling you, of course, it's a new change. You don't have the whereabouts and the plan about it, so it's going to be difficult. It's going to be challenging. That's part of the plan, for sure. And also prepare yourself in regards to mindset that there's no room for perfection here, for perfectionism. It's going to be for sure something that you will try, you will do a lot of trial and error until you master it, until you make it perfect or according to your standards. So prepare your goals and prepare also for failure. Some failure is going to happen. Some things are going to be disappointed. Sometimes you're going to feel nostalgia. Oh, I wish I could have something that I had before. Definitely. That's part of the plan as well. Then, action. All these things that you have prepared, what time you're going to start, how many times you're going to do it, how often, why is it important for you? Now we take it into action. And of course, maintenance. Whatever it is that we have prepared, we want to keep it. Not doing like this plan only for a week or two or for a day or two, but maintain it. And for that to happen, we need to keep track. It's very helpful if you keep track of the new habit. You want to try meditation, you want to try working out. Keep track how often you're doing it. That's also something very rewarding and going to help you so that you keep doing it. Evaluate. That's also very important. See what are the things that you initially thought that they're going to work, but they're not working. It's okay. That's part of the plan. See that, for example, like I said before, like working out, and somebody said that it's better for me if I start working out in the morning. Well, maybe it doesn't work for you in the morning and you're not having the energy that you expected. It's okay. You evaluate and you try a couple of different time slots during the day. Evaluation, it's part of the change. Adjusting, of course. Forgive yourself when, for example, one day you promise yourself that you're going to do it, but then you're not doing it. There are many people that they start to change, but then one day they don't follow the plan and they completely dismiss the whole idea of change. See, I'm not that person. I'm not going to make it. It's not for me.
My husband is like that.
Yes.
He puts these expectations so high. They're
exactly.
like, oh, okay, it's lost. So please forgive yourself and keep going with the change and with the plan.
Exactly. That's very normal. And we have to forgive ourselves. And also something important. If you have done this, if you have planned and facilitated this change for 2 weeks, for example, and you have done a really good progress, and then something happens and you don't follow through with your plan for a day or two, remember, the progress that you have done so far, nobody can take that away from you. It's there. Your progress is still valid and you have changed. So that's something for you to remember. Forgive yourself, but also reward yourself. Don't wait until the big chance is already there, like magnificent results, but also reward yourself when you have done your first small steps. That's very important. Our brain works a lot with motivation. And you're going to be thinking, yeah, like what? I'm a baby, I need stickers? Yeah. Our brain is baby, needs, it's a baby brain and needs stickers, motivation. Treat yourself, like, I don't know, something that you want to buy, or a cake, or go out with your friends and celebrate with them and have a beer. Reward is so important for you to continue. Motivate yourself. Well, when I say motivate yourself, I mean find positive elements on the change. You have changed country, for example, and among all these grumpy, negative mood that you are and you don't like anything here, try also to see what is it that you like. For example, you meet new people. Also, when you volunteer, you meet people that they have the same values with you and the same interests with you. Keep also track of what is positive and what is the positive change in your life. Or also when you go into a new relationship, or if you finally have the chance to start from a new page and to use your new relationship skills. Also, read books, articles, watch videos from people that they have tried something similar with you, and indeed they found it difficult in the beginning, but also they succeeded. And it was a fantastic change, and it changed their life. So read articles and experiences from other people, because that's going to be very useful for you. Whatever you are experiencing, other people have gone through the same, for sure. I can guarantee that. Also, find your mantra. What is it that is your why? Remember why you're doing it. Remind yourself, I'm doing it because this serves a bigger purpose. Maybe it's challenging in the beginning, but it's going to change my life. It's meaningful. It's going to make my life more purposeful. Or it's going to make me happy in the long run. So remind yourself the why you're doing it, why you're putting yourself into these chains. And of course, termination. What do we mean with termination? We mean that you don't need to implement any change anymore because it has already been registered in your brain. That's a new software and it's automatic. You don't need to think about it anymore. It happens automatically. It helps a lot. If you journal, if you keep daily activities, healthy habits and positive affirmations. And of course, if you're a perfectionist, here are 10 things that you can say to yourself. It doesn't have to be perfect. Today I'm going to focus only on what is possible. I'm thankful for what I have. Done is better than perfect. So all these things are important for us, especially if we are perfectionists. So change is not an option. It's going to happen either way. Our storyline is full of changes, and we only have to make sense of how to make this transition more pleasant, more interesting and more smooth. That's the only thing that we have to do. And remember the power of tiny change. 1% better every day is going to make a huge difference at the end of the year. Tiny changes, only 1% different than yesterday. So I invite you to commit, get a practice buddy, somebody who's also going through change, use strategies, one muscle at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself with things that you need to change, a new habit. Commit for at least 6 weeks. You're not going to see results immediately, but make it a top priority because for you it's important, because for you it makes sense and you want eventually to change your life. So now I'm going to say a few things about me. I'm a psychologist and I'm going to also introduce myself later in the pitch. And that's why I'm telling you all these things from the psychological perspective, so that I can give you the tips so that you can boost your brain and overcome the negativity of our system, of our brain. And I also offer services, individual counseling and support groups. But what I would like to give you today is My free gifts. One is a free guide, how much of a perfectionist you are, so that you can see whether your perfectionist gets in the way of you fulfilling a change.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, for everybody, it's a free guide, and you can find it at my website. And second free gift is a free masterclass on how to stop procrastinating, because this is also this is also very common. What happens with us when we are about to do something challenging or difficult or a change that we're not prepared? We are procrastinating. So on the 27th of October, you get a free ticket to be in this program, in this masterclass, and I will give you more tips about how to stop procrastinating. So everything is on my website, andyloneliness.com. Thank you immensely for being here, and you can also contact me via my social media. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Tatiana.
Oh, my dear Vasa. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
You know, this is the first time we're doing this event from the office here, so it's kind of an online event, but still somewhat like a hybrid event in a way for us, when the entire team comes together and we have Vasa here with us. So thank you once again for joining. So, Change. I wanted to ask you, so that also the attendees can connect you a bit more personally. So when you would like to talk about the change from your personal perspective, from your personal experience, what was the most difficult change for you to overcome, and how did you do it?
I think from my personal experience.
Yes,
Nina,
yes. And perspective as well. Yeah. Experience, definitely. Yeah.
I think one of the most difficult changes from my experience was the change of culture. Leaving my country, living a different culture, because I'm from Greece and we are more in a collectivistic culture, and coming here in the Netherlands, which is a more individualistic culture, and trying to integrate my own values into this culture and try to make, a new home here.
Oh, yeah, that is a challenging. I think every attendee here can relate. In fact, almost every international person here can relate to that. So that definitely was one of the biggest for me as well. So,
it is difficult for many, but then at some point we have to make a decision. Do we want to stay here but still not adjust and integrate properly and be miserable and be unhappy? Or do we finally want to make sense of these chains and become create the life that we want to have?
So basically, either we want to feel that poor me attitude, or just actually go ahead and make a change that you want to be.
Exactly.
In a way.
Exactly.
All right. But for those who want to volunteer and find a volunteer work here in the Netherlands, so that will be a change, quite a big change for some of us. So some have never volunteered before, some already have some experience with volunteering. Any suggestions for them?
I think this is a wonderful change. This is something that can open many opportunities. Not only you're meeting new people, but you're meeting people that they share, as I said in the presentation, the same values with you. I'm talking a lot about loneliness, and one of the most important things that I'm sharing with people in order to overcome loneliness is find people with the same interests and values with you. Otherwise, it's just a wild goose chase. You're just, you want to connect with everybody, but it's better if you find people that you share something in common. So first of all, it's a great opportunity because you meet people that you already met. And secondly, you never know where this will take you. That's another door opening and another door and another door. And as I said before, I'm talking a lot about our brain, and I'm not saying the best about our brain, but our brain cannot predict what will happen. We think we can predict, we think we know, but we don't know.
So there's so many biases, right?
Of course,
and all the inhibitions that get into the way.
And sometimes we're like, but this is not going to get me anywhere. I'm just going to meet a couple of people and I'm going to be there for 2 months because that's the contract. So it's a waste of time. But you never know.
Right?
Of course. You never know. And then you will meet a person during a meeting. And that person will love your job and you will have a click, and then you got a job for the rest of your life, or something that will give you another, will open another door for you and another opportunity. You never know. That's my experience so far. Doors opening because I'm saying yes to this and yes to that, and that's what we need to know.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I couldn't agree more. You know, at some point I was in Canada, and there I was also working, studying, and on top of that, I decided to also volunteer to get out of that poor me mentality. And what happened is that I started just saying yes to almost all the opportunities that were coming my way from different partial work or part-time work opportunities, to some studies, to some going out with friends, because I just wanted to give myself that possibility to just be there out, trying to connect with the Canadian mentality, with the locals, with other internationals around me. And the main thing, it was just not to stay at home. And there were so many reasons and ways for me to say like, no, that's not gonna work out. No, I better not do that. But I'm like, nope, still gonna do it, and never regretted it. So I'm so thankful to all the friends and all the acquaintances that I got on the way when I had my time in Canada when I was studying. So that I was able not to be stuck in my framework, but just enjoy the culture, enjoy the place around me, meet new people, find this many different fantastic opportunities, and in fact, just a quick one. On Tuesday we were doing some setup, so just here to make sure that we know what we're doing on a day today. And a colleague of ours was walking by, and you know what he said? Wow, volunteering is so important. He started commenting on some of his personal experience as well, and how much volunteering, getting out from his comfort zone, volunteering for different organizations, connecting with people, networking, made a change in his life. He eventually found work. And the last one, I'm blabbing too much, but here is the last one. I myself started as a volunteer, in fact, for Volunteer the Hague project, and then the volunteering really got me to the level that I was able to think like, okay, so I'm in a new country, what can I do without knowing language, knowing really the culture here? So let's do the volunteering. Let's start with volunteer opportunities. So I found Volunteer the Hague project, and when I was taken on board and opportunity presented itself, I was taken on board for the paid position as the project manager. There are many similar cases, many different cases as well, where people find work outside of their volunteering, within the volunteering organizations. There are many ways to really get to that end, that if for a job search, for example, your end result, or maybe you're looking to connect with others. So it's really up to you what is that you're looking to have. But oh my God, volunteering is definitely a way to go if you are new in a new country, you want to get out from that poor me mentality. Start with volunteering, especially while most of you are here at the Mix and Match event. So let's get on here with some quick interview with one of our volunteers from a Mix and Match event, during the Mix and Match event, from the Volunteer the Hague team. But Vaisa, don't get anywhere yet. I have something for you. Okay. So while Gabriel is making his way into here, I'm gonna give a small thank you to Vaisa. This is for you. Aww. So Komal was trying to make it just as beautiful and fancy as you are, so hope beautiful. You love it.
Thank you so much.
Please enjoy it. I'm not going to be hugging you in this corona time, but please enjoy it. So Gabriel is originally from the States,
yes.
And you landed in the Netherlands, what, about a year and a half ago, right?
Yeah, it was May of 2019, yeah.
And that back to my point that every international person know the exact day when they come to the Netherlands. For me, it's the 15th of January. It's like being reborn in a way. So we have now 2 birthdays, so to say. So that must have been quite a big change for you as well.
Yeah,
right?
it was.
So tell us a little bit about it.
It wasn't the first time I moved country. I used to live in parts of Asia, so I lived in Japan for a long time. I lived in China for a little while. So that was pretty helpful. But it's still very different. Europe is very different.
Different, right? Especially somebody who comes from North America, lived in Asia, now here in Europe. My goodness, interesting.
And it was good to I really wanted to change. Mm-hmm. Speaking of everything, that word, I wanted to change, and but it still can be very difficult to come to a place, even though culturally the U.S. and Europe are fairly close. When you don't know a lot of people, and when you don't, at first have anything to do, because that whole process of finding a job can take a while, and finding things to do and finding friends, it can be a little isolating, so you have to get out there.
out there, yes. Well, back to my point, get out there. And now with COVID being hopefully far, far away from us, there are more and more opportunities. In fact, we're planning to have these events next year in person, so this would be nice. Looking forward to it. All right, so there was quite a bit of a change, right? But then you found volunteering opportunity here with us. So how was it? Well, of course it was great and fantastic, but other than that, honestly, how was it to find volunteer opportunity while you're in different country? So there must have been quite a bit of a change as well. So how was it for you?
Yeah, it was very good to feel, for me anyway, to feel useful, because everyone has a different situation, especially when it comes to things like immigration and those kinds of logistical things. For me, I came to be with my partner, who was also here, but there was a long stretch of time where you can't really do anything. You're not allowed to work and things like that as you go through the process. And so for me, rather than just sitting at home watching the world go by, essentially, it was really important to get out there and feel useful.
Nice. Yeah. It's tough. I'm just recalling all my time where I was here back in 2015 when I just started. It's tough. Well, maybe that's why we're so successful at what we're doing here at Volunteer the Hague, because each and every one of us can relate to what the international community is going through when they land here. Yeah. So, Gabriel, any word of wisdom from your personal experience?
Well, words of wisdom. It's never too late to get out there in anything, and that can mean whether it's something like volunteering or whether it's finding social opportunities. I know that a lot of people swear by Meetup. And I know that my partner swears by Meetup, because that's how he found some of his social.
Suggested us Meetup. I didn't even know about it. And then when we set up our account, which again, Gabriel here is hosting quite well and does the communication there, quite a few of you came from Meetup to this event. So yes, Meetup is a really good resource.
Yeah, and a lot of expats use it. So it's a good way to still be involved in that community. And then volunteering is a way to get to know... I thought that this would be something that would be unique to Asia, because this culture is so different. Over there, the expats kind of stuck together and didn't, I always found it weird. They didn't interact with the Japanese a lot, so make sure that you also get out and make Dutch friends.
Yeah, get out from that expat bubble, so to say,
Yeah.
right? No, that's an excellent suggestion, for sure. Yes, one of the first things that we try to advise everybody who comes across Volunteer the Hague projects is just make sure that you do get to meet locals. And in fact, when you volunteer for the local Dutch non-profit organizations, this is your way to meet locals. This is your way to get to know organizations better, get to know mentality better, and to support and develop that support network around us. All right, so get out more, use Meetup, definitely visit Volunteer the Hague website, check out Anti-Loneliness website. Thank you, Gabriel, very much for your words of wisdom here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Kamal, thank you. I know that Kamal is not very keen on being on camera, so I'm not going to jump on and ask her for the interviews, and especially for the efficiency of time, but she would have quite a lot to share with us as well. Mark here, cameraman. Let's see if he can turn around the camera, or maybe he's gonna run around and show his face, because without Mark and his technical support here, all of this would not be possible. Yes, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Volunteer the Hague team. Thank you, Vasa, once again. And now and she's blowing me virtual kisses here, so one for you as well. So now we're gonna move to the second part of this event, is the pitches from organizations.